seems like when one brand does a collaboration, like a license, right? It seems like everyone else does over the next few years. We've had Bratz, we've had Twilight, we have SpongeBob, and even around Halloween time, you see like Snoopy, like the whole, is it Peanuts situation, right? Some brands do it better than others. I think when you're a brand and you're doing a collaboration with a license, let's say you're a brand and you're doing Pokemon, right? What you need to do is, one, keep the fans of that fandom happy. Because they might not be makeup fans, but you bet they're gonna buy something because it has their favorite characters on or their favorite movie on. Keep the makeup fans happy. Make people like me, who are very picky, think, oh, I'm so happy they picked up that license and they've really done it justice. I'm gonna start this off with a plea. I'm starting this video off with a plea. I'm gonna start my plea like this. You all know, if you've watched my videos, how many times I have spoken about the ColourPop Sailor Moon collaboration. And how did they do it twice? Did they do it in 2 parts? How 2 times they fucked it up. Big time. It was not good. It was terrible. It was bad. What are other words for not good? They were like, Sailor Moon is girly and anime. Let's just put a load of pastels in it. No. No fucking no. Here is my plea. If anybody, anyone from Glamlite is watching this video, I am begging you, pick up Sailor Moon. Please. Please. The things they could do. And I'm saying this because what I've done for this video is put together some of the licenses that 2 separate brands have made, and I'm taking a look at them and seeing who did it better. So we're gonna have a good old chat, a good old gossip. And listen, this is just my opinion. You know what I mean? This isn't me talking as a professional. It's just me being opinionated. You might completely disagree with what I'm saying. If you do, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you love the way a certain brand did a collaboration. It might just be me being super fussy. Okay, well, let's start with one that Glamlite did. And this is Bratz. Bratz versus Bratz. So we have ColourPop and we have Glamlite. Let's take a look at ColourPop first, because ColourPop do this thing, which you may have heard me complain about a lot. ColourPop do this thing where they will release a limited collection, but you just know what products are going to be involved within that limited release. Now, I mean, there's going to be a palette, there's going to be two lip kits. So that will be a lip pencil and one of their wind-up lip products, or a lipstick, one of their jelly glitters, and then something maybe a little bit different, perhaps a gloss, perhaps like a Super Shock product, which I love. And listen, I love their products. I really, really do like their products. I think they're really, really good quality, but I am getting a little bit pissed off with the way they do their limited edition. So this is a Bratz one. So we have an eyeshadow palette, lip kits, 2 liquid liners, a jelly glitter, and some like gem things, which I have to say, as somebody who was, you know, Y2K, who grew up in that era, you know, I had a Bratz doll, I had a Rock Angel, one of my friends bought it for me. That song, Bratz Rock Angels, so good. That song, one of the best songs ever written. I'm not even joking, I'm not even trying to be funny, I love it. I play it in my car sometimes. These gems don't give me kind of Y2K, I have to be honest with you. And listen, I was kind of disappointed in this collection because, one, let's take a look at this palette. It's kind of nice. If we break it into quads, this bottom quad here is kind of cute. This quad here, kind of cute. This corner here. But what ColourPop are always going to do is sneak in these shades like this weird brown, you know, a gold. They something about it makes it kind of boring. And also you can always expect the same thing from the packaging. It's going to be that card with a print on the inside, a print on the outside. That's going to have a picture or, you know, something from the collaboration. So this says Bratz on the inside because it's Bratz. I did think that having a lip gloss like this with the name Girls Raw, I think was a really cute idea, because Bratz is, you know, girl power, great vibes, great energy, love it. So I think a gloss was a really good idea, and I did like the focus of the lip kits, because when you think of Bratz, you think of those giant, beautiful lips. And I actually think the combinations they did was really cute, except this isn't exactly it here. I did think the combinations they did were really cute. The packaging is like this, which you'll see in a Glamlite collection too, because that's the packaging that Bratz dolls come in. whatever. Glitter, I gel glitter, I just, you know, I mean, why do you need a pot of glitter that big? I mean, some people might. Let me know, are some of you out there always using glitter so much that you're going to need that much? You know what I mean? But it's very specific. You know what I mean? Perhaps you can use a whole jar during like festival season. So I think good points of this collection is there is a minimal Bratz vibe, right? Whereas I think color-wise, story-wise, if you took if you took the Bratz branding off any of this, the color palette to me wouldn't scream Bratz. It does kind of give slightly Y2K, sure, but it's not like crazy like, oh my god, that's Bratz. It's very unique to Bratz. It's very unique to this collection, you know? That's not what it's giving me here. I love when I do this with eye makeup and it looks like I've had severe Botox, not just regular Botox, like severe Botox. I do this and post a picture and it pisses everyone off. They're like, nice Botox. Okay, so let's look at Glamlite. This is actually a recent release. This is the whole collection. Look at this. Look at this theming. From the small things to the packaging, this wardrobe-esque palette, to this like kind of like jewelry case like palette. Beautiful, beautiful. This is how you do a collaboration, right? Stunning, stunning. The Bratz are on it. It's easily Bratz. Okay, let's look at this palette. This is, let me tell you why I like this in comparison to the ColourPop one, right? We have some great shimmers up the top here. We have some pastel mattes, but then you have this really great choice of some deeper tones on the bottom level here. Some kind of like those mid-tone, but also like bright pink. Those look like metallics to me, but whatever finishes, the shades are just absolutely beautiful. You really get the vibe of Bratz. You get a Y2K vibe, but it's different, right? If we go back to the ColourPop palette, you can get a lot of those shades just kind of anywhere. Whereas there's some really beautiful, unique, you see this one, what's that called? Caution Hot. Stunning. Beautiful. When I look at this, I see multiple choices. I'm gonna mix this light, what's it called? okay, pink with this purple. I'm gonna mix this blue with this purple and this and this. It's just a little bit more inviting to me. The packaging as well, which is like this wardrobe-esque thing. Bratz passion for fashion. That's what they're all about. There's more of like a nod to not just the colors, but the energy that is Bratz. And I think that's where ColourPop go wrong is, yes, they'll stick someone's face on the packaging. Yes, they'll stick a character on the packaging. Yes, they'll call something by the name or something that happens in the movie or happens in whatever. But it doesn't have the overall vibe because the packaging is just any packaging. You know what I mean? You're gonna put an eyeshadow palette in a wardrobe? Bratz. This blush palette. Okay, again, it looks like this purse. Passion for fashion. How beautiful. You got creams. You got, are they all creams? Or some powders? I think there's some powders in there as well. Actually, if this is still in stock, I'm totally gonna buy it. This looks absolutely stunning, 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 stunning. It's giving Bratz for the fans of Bratz. It's giving usable makeup for the fans of usable makeup. It gives that feeling of, oh, they haven't wasted their license. They haven't wasted the opportunity they had to give the fans of Bratz something cool, give the fans of makeup something cool. This is how you do a collaboration. Look at, from the small details, the star on the drawer that you pull out, the glitter, that pink glitter base. Now, I don't like glitter, but that doesn't mean anything. I can still see it's a good palette. This whole top bit, which again gives really Y2K, you know? Everything was like jelly and inflatable and all this kind of stuff. The like photo strip in, it's just, you can just see every small detail has been thought through. Whereas compare this now to ColourPop's one, which is just like, yeah, what we'll do is we'll stick them on. We'll stick the characters on and give them names and put the logo on things. It's like, okay. Okay, whereas this is a collection. If I owned these brands, if I made the ColourPop Bratz collection, I wouldn't be proud of what I had made. if I did this Glamlite one, this has been so thought through. I would be very proud of that. It is stunning. And even the lip kits. Can we look at the lip kit? Pencil, gloss, lipstick in the lip kit. And even the advertising, the lips are done like the Bratz lips. You know what I mean? The keychain on the gloss with a little star on. It's just these, the Bratz here. Just everything has been thought through so well. That's how you do a collaboration. If a Bratz doll pulled out this makeup, you would believe it was their makeup. Okay, now we actually have 3 different brands in this one. This is Twilight collections, right? Now listen. I'm not a fan of Twilight. I find it very disinteresting, if that's a word. I'm just experimenting with some color, by the way, so this might turn out looking really shit, but I'm just experimenting. Yes, nothing bores me more than Twilight. So one brand that did a Twilight collaboration, who I will never support personally because of, you know, allegedly all the child labor, is SheGlam. Now this has to be one of the worst collaborations, not just because I don't support them, but a few different reasons. Worst collaborations I think I've seen in a while. Worst licenses and worst products. First of all, it all looks shit. This looks shit. This looks shit. This looks shit. A lot of it looks like makeup and products you would get free with a doll. Like you buy a doll. I don't mean like a cool Bratz doll or like a Monster High doll. I mean like a baby born. And it's like, oh, it comes with a perfume for mummy. And it's like some cheap shit like this, like in the heart thing. So this is a full set. One thing that really pisses me off about this is this filter card, right? So the idea is you're meant to put it over your eyes and it gives the world the filter of how the first Twilight movie looked, which was kind of like all blue, which is actually kind of an idea that was stolen from a content creator online. I can't remember their name and I hope I can find them before I edit this because I will put it in here. But they made their own filter. And they went to like certain areas off where Twilight was filmed and put the filter over their camera, much like that. And it gave the look of those areas how it was edited in the movie to be kind of bluey toned. SheGlam, someone from SheGlam, who are, by the way, are a brand of Shein, who have been known to steal things from artists as well in terms of their phone cases and other things they sell online, have obviously run with this idea. One thing I also don't like, I think I've been through this already somewhere, is this setting spray that has that oil and something balanced there. I personally wouldn't use a setting spray that contains an oil, just because it won't set very well. And listen, I'm not saying that cheap makeup is shit. I love good, affordable makeup, right? There are some things that are really, really great. But I just feel like things like this could have been done better. This plasticky, horrible packaging is just horrendous. We look at this and take away all the branding. Does it give Twilight? I guess kind of. It gives blood because of the redness and the products like the lip oil that have the drips of blood in, which looks exactly like the setting spray. I mean, I'm not a fan of Twilight, so you would have to let me know. Does this SheGlam collaboration excite you? Is this your first time seeing it? And no judgy. And you're like, oh wow, I really need that because it gives me nostalgia. It makes me think, oh, I'm got that same feeling that I had when I was at my peak of being in love with Twilight. You know what I mean? Or I like, no, that looks like cheap crap you get free with a magazine. Still buy magazines? Do people still buy magazines? Is that a thing? As in the ones you read? Okay, let's look at ColourPop's 2 versions because this was another collab I wasn't that interested in and didn't really like for a number of reasons. The main reason being because this was a very, although it doesn't look like pastel or pastel, depending where you're from in the world, it's giving very pastel. This wish-washy colors, they go on with not much depth. And considering ColourPop are a brand that sells everywhere in the world, you know, thinking about everyone of all different skin tones using this palette, all the shades had like a grey or white base to them. So when you put them on, and I have used this palette by the way, I did a whole review on it. When you put them on, they were just ashy. The body oil, okay, fine, looks fine. Liquid liners, fun liquid liners. Does anyone use that anymore? Who's using liquid liners nowadays? People, but not, you know, not everyone. These I quite liked. The lip products I actually quite liked. Were they lip oils? Team Jacob was beautiful. Team Edward was beautiful. Not so much into Belle's, but it's a beautiful color, just not for me. Okay, so these are the palettes. Can you see, these are the swatches of the palettes. Can you see they all have, the mattes have this kind of like grayish undertone to them, which I get again is like the theme of the editing from Twilight, but at the same time, you want everyone to use it, right? You want everyone to be able to use it, surely. So what's with the gray? What's with the ashy gray? This was boring as hell. This was their second go at it. Boring. So bored of multi-chrome wind-up things. And we have palette, lip kits, the same old shit that's usually in a ColourPop collaboration. ColourPop, please, please, please. You make nice products. Can we make something exciting? And then we have Glamlite, who made 2 separate palettes. This is giving vampire. Red, not just because it's red, because you have some deeper, moodier tones. Yes, you still have these lighter shades here as well, but then you have those deeper companions to those shades, which I think is a lot of what ColourPop do. In every palette they do, they miss out those companion shades. This, to me, is quite beigey. Not really my thing, but again, deeper companion shades to the lighter tones, and you have those shimmers. The mirrors, just simple things like the mirrors with a moon on here. Edward and Jacob, whichever one is which, in the palette. It's just, you know, a lip kit with a pencil, a gloss, and a lipstick. And what makes this stand out compared to ColourPop and Sheen? The detailing on this lipstick thing. This is the detailing you're going for, right? This collaboration, you either want to think that these characters would use it or it would fit in their world. This fits in the vampire's world, this detail on this lipstick. Not that plastic heart-shaped thing. And then you have this mirror, which I think was kind of cool. It shifts, so it's like tanned couple, very pale couple, you know? It's great. That's great for somebody who loves the thing, who loves the movie. Okay, let's move on to a surprising one, which seems to be doing the rounds recently. And that's SpongeBob SquarePants. I think there's a new movie coming out. Am I wrong? Am I right? Now, one I have tried is the Wet n Wild collaboration. I've been really, really enjoying Wet n Wild's products recently. They've been doing a great, great job. Why am I just looking around? What am I doing? What am I waiting for? Especially because I have been swapping out products from e.l.f. for Wet n Wild because we don't like e.l.f. anymore. If you don't know why, check out the video I'll leave down below. Looking for lip balm, looking for lip balm. And Wet n Wild definitely have some really, really incredible products. I think their eyeshadow palettes have come a long way too. Even from when I first used them, like, I think 4 years ago, I used an eyeshadow palette and I really wasn't impressed. Was it the Brentman Rock? Did I do a collab with Brentman Rock and I just hated your eyeshadow formula? The palette was a nice palette, but the formula just wasn't, it just wasn't good at the time. But I did a whole video on Wet n Wild. It was like, from this series that I'm doing where I'm just seeing what, like, if brands are still doing, like, giving us their best products, or do they, like, just coast by on their name? And Wet n Wild was absolutely beautiful. I really, really enjoyed using the majority of their formulas. I think they were really stunning. And I used this collection. They sent me this collection. The palette was beautiful. I loved the formulas. Yeah, I was very, very pleasantly surprised. I didn't get this lip mask, but that looks beautiful. And this does too. I love the theming of this because they had some little bits like this, the bags and the mirrors, which were very much embodying SpongeBob. The packaging had like the flowers all over it as well, but also the colors were very blue, you know, blues and pinks and shades that you really do see in the cartoon itself, which is very blue based because it's under the sea. But I think they did extremely well with this. And you know what I really liked? Considering that I've used their SpongeBob collection, their Disney Villains collection, and their Kuromi and My Melody collection. Why am I over that way? Every collection had something different to it. Every collection had a different product, different makeup applicators. The Disney Villain one had products I personally hadn't seen from Wet n Wild before, like their lip mask and lip exfoliator. There are some really great things within that collection. Like, I haven't seen these bronzing drops, for example, in their 3 different collections. Personally, a little bit over bronzing drops, although they have their place. I personally hadn't seen them these again in any of the other collections. So I like that it's different every single time. Now, recently, Made by Mitchell has teased us a SpongeBob collection. I haven't seen much. We only have videos so far. It might be out at the point of time you're seeing this because I filmed about 2 weeks in advance. So this looks kind of cute. You have a bag, which I think looks really great. Clear, blue stuff. You have this, which I think is a blush. The shades give this like really nice shimmer. The colors are character related and they just look really, really great. Do I think necessarily that if you remove the characters from the packaging, you would think, oh, SpongeBob? No, not really. You wouldn't even maybe think Under the Sea, but it's, but there are some great products in there and the whole package together looks really good. I can't really say in this one who did what better because they are both so unique in terms of the products they're giving and the packaging. It all looks great. I would be happy as a SpongeBob SquarePants fan if I was a huge, huge fan. I think is the palette. Choked on my own spit. Which I actually think looks kind of similar to the Wet n Wild one, just some added colors in the corners. You know what I mean? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful palettes. You can see there's like SpongeBob inspired names. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a really great collaboration. I have one more for you, and that is Adventure Time. A lot of you may not be familiar with Adventure Time. It's a cartoon that was on, well, Cartoon Network in the UK, based in like this magical land that was very much post-apocalyptic human world. You know what I mean? That was a vibe it was given anyway. This is SheGlam again. Honestly, the palette is kind of underwhelming. This is giving ColourPop because of all the pastel shades, right? It's very much like, oh, white, grey undertones. It's not the best considering it's this whole world of these incredible characters, very colourful. This is almost like the saturation's turned all the way down and they've added white to the world. Now, in my opinion, who did it better was Lethal Cosmetics. They did a really beautiful collaboration. Instantly, the saturation of that palette stands out as something fun. I think limited collections like this should be funner, you know? As a brand, you can make wearable, in quotes, you know, makeup as much as you like. But I do think if you're going to make a limited edition, make it fun. It's limited, you know? And I think that's what Lethal has done very, very well when it comes to this particular collaboration. You have like the headband, you have the mirror, you have the cosmetic bag, it's practical. Okay, well, let me know your thoughts down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm being too harsh on some of these brands? Should Glamlite do a Sailor Moon collection? I think they should. And not just Sailor Moon herself, like all of them. Get Neptune in there, you know, get Uranus, get, what's the other planet? Pluto. I want to see all of them. I want to see those dark purples, those shimmery greens. I'm choking on my own spit. And then also the pastel girly side. You know what I mean? I think they could do it some justice. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye.